I remember that Monday morning like it was yesterday. 25 years. A quarter century of showing up early, staying late, building relationships that felt more like family than business. I sat in my corner office, the one with the view of the downtown skyline, sipping my hazelnut coffee from the mug my daughter gave me that said "World's Best Dad." The framed photo of Jennifer and the kids smiled back at me from my desk. Then my email pinged. It was from HR. "Please come to conference room B at 10 a.m. sharp." Something felt off, but I figured it was just another quarterly review. I had no idea my entire life was about to change. I had no idea that within 60 days, 70% of the biggest clients would walk away. And the person who built those relationships over a quarter century, that was me. Before we dive into what happened next, I would love to know where you are watching from. Drop your city or country in the comments below. And if you have ever felt undervalued at work, hit that like button and subscribe, because this story proves that loyalty is a two-way street and some lessons cost millions to learn. Stay with me. I started at Morrison & Associates when I turned 23 years old. Fresh out of college with my business degree, I was full of energy and eager to prove myself. My first position was junior account coordinator. Nothing glamorous. I made copies, scheduled meetings, took notes, but I paid attention. My mentor was Thomas Morrison himself, the founding partner. He was 60 years old back then, silver-haired, with this calm presence that made clients trust him instantly. Thomas taught me something I never forgot. He said, "CADE relationships are built on trust, not transactions. Learn your clients. Know their businesses better than they do. Remember their birthdays. Ask about their kids. Show up when it matters." So that is exactly what I did. I listened. I learned. I showed up. 25 years later, I was Senior Vice President of Client Relations. I managed a portfolio of 38 major corporate clients. Our annual billing from my accounts alone was over $12 million. But here is the thing. I was not just an account manager shuffling paperwork. I was a trusted advisor. I knew the names of my clients' spouses and children. I attended weddings and birthday parties. When David Hartley's manufacturing plant had a fire, I was there within 2 hours, not because I had to be, but because that is what friends do. These relationships were not built on spreadsheets and dashboards. They were built on decades of trust, and you cannot replace that with an algorithm. Then about 6 months ago, everything started to shift. Our firm merged with a boutique operation from Boston. The new partner's name was Justin Carmichael. He was 34 years old with a Harvard MBA and enough ambition to fill a stadium. Justin wanted to modernize everything. He talked constantly about streamlining operations and maximizing efficiency. He introduced key performance indicator metrics, automated customer relationship management systems, and even AI chatbots to handle client inquiries. He cut our client dinner budget, calling it unnecessary expenses. He eliminated golf outings, saying they were outdated networking tactics. The whole culture changed. We went from relationship-focused to data-driven practically overnight. I felt uncomfortable, but I tried to adapt. I figured Justin just needed time to understand how our business really worked. But in meetings, he would make comments like, "We need fresh blood, not dinosaurs." I ignored it. I kept my head down and did my work. Thomas Morrison, who was now 78 and semi-retired, rarely came into the office anymore. He spent most of his time at his lake house. I figured everything would settle down eventually. After all, I had been there for 25 years. I built this client base from scratch. They needed me. Or so I thought. That Monday morning, I walked into conference room B at exactly 10 a.m. Justin Carmichael was already there, sitting at the head of the table. Patricia Nguyen, our HR director, sat to his left with a thick file folder in front of her. A legal counsel I had seen around but never worked with sat across from them. Thomas Morrison was not there. That should have been my first clue. The air felt cold, professional, detached. Justin spoke first. "Cade, we appreciate your 25 years of service to this firm." Patricia opened her folder. "The firm is undergoing necessary restructuring," she said. Her voice was rehearsed, like she had practiced this speech in the mirror. The word restructuring hit me like a punch. Justin continued. "We are moving toward a younger, more tech-savvy approach to client management." Patricia slid a paper across the table. "Your position is being eliminated, effective immediately." I sat there frozen. Eliminated. I repeated the word out loud, like saying it would make it less real. Justin leaned back in his chair. It is business, Cade. Nothing personal. Best of luck with your future endeavors. His tone was flat, cold, like he was reading a script. Patricia pushed an envelope toward me. Inside was my severance package, 3 months' salary, Cobra insurance information, a non-compete clause I was expected to sign. She explained that security would escort me to collect my belongings. I could not say goodbye to my colleagues. My email access would be terminated by noon. 25 years of my life reduced to a cardboard box and a security escort. Marcus, the security guard I had known for 10 years, stood outside the conference room door. He would not look me in the eye. I could see the apology written all over his face. I walked back to my office in a daze. I started packing. Family photos. My coffee mug. Certificates and plaques from industry awards. My colleagues watched through the glass walls. Some whispered. A few stepped out to hug me. Sarah, who had been my assistant for 15 years, cried openly. "This is wrong," she said. So wrong. But no one dared speak up loudly. Fear spread through that office like wildfire. If they could fire Cade, anyone could be next. I walked through the lobby one last time. The logo on the wall had changed. It now read Morrison and Carmichael LLP. I drove home, in complete silence. When I pulled into the driveway, I sat in my car for 10 minutes before I could move. Finally, I called Jennifer. "Honey," I said, "I need to tell you something." The first week after getting fired felt like walking through fog. I woke up late. I did not shave. I stayed in my pajamas all day. Jennifer, my wife of 20 years, watched me with worried eyes. She is 42, a high school English teacher with endless patience, but even she did not know what to say. Our daughter Emma, who is 17 and in her senior year, asked me one morning, "Dad, are you okay?" I forced a smile. "I am fine, sweetheart. Just taking some time to figure things out." But I was not fine. I felt ashamed. After 25 years, I had been tossed aside like garbage. Our son Lucas, who is 14 and usually glued to his video games, even noticed something was wrong. He gave me an awkward hug before school one day. "We will be okay, Dad." The financial pressure started creeping in immediately. We had a mortgage. Emma would be starting college in less than a year. Our savings were decent, but not enough to coast for long. I updated my LinkedIn profile, open to new opportunities. But the job market for a 50-year-old is brutal. Companies see someone my age and think expensive, inflexible, close to retirement. Jennifer tried to stay positive. "You are talented, Cade. Someone will see that." But her optimism felt thin. I could see the worry behind her smile. I started sending out resumes. I got a few polite rejections. Mostly I heard nothing at all. Then on day 3, my phone started ringing. The first call was from David Hartley. He is the CEO of Hartley Manufacturing, and we had worked together for 12 years. "Cade," his voice boomed through the speaker. "What the hell is going on?" "I just got an email from some kid named Justin saying he is my new point of contact." I explained what happened. They terminated my position. There was silence on the other end. Then David exploded. "Terminated you? That is the stupidest decision I have ever heard in my life. You know my business better than I do. You were there when we expanded into the Midwest. You helped us navigate that supplier crisis 3 years ago." "Who is this Justin clown next?" Margaret Sullivan called. "She is the CFO of Sullivan Logistics." "Cade, I do not work with Justin. I work with you. What are we going to do?" Then Gerald Foster. Then Amanda Rodriguez. Then Peter Walsh. My phone did not stop ringing. Every single one of my major clients reached out. They all said the same thing. "We want to work with Cade, not some corporate robot who only cares about metrics." I was shocked. I knew I had good relationships, but I did not realize how deep the loyalty ran. These people were not just business contacts. They were friends. David Hartley said something that changed everything. "Cade, if you start your own consultancy, I am your first client. Count on it." Margaret Sullivan echoed him. "Count me in too. Whatever you need." Suddenly, an idea formed. Why not start my own firm? I sat down with Jennifer that evening. We spread financial statements across the kitchen table. I laid out 2 options. Option 1, keep searching for another job. Compete with younger candidates. Hope someone takes a chance on me. Option 2, start my own consulting business. It was risky. Terrifying even. Starting a business at 50 felt like jumping off a cliff. But Jennifer looked at me and said, "You have the relationships. You have the expertise. People trust you. Do it." I called David back the next morning.